Okay, so last week we installed the new screen into the Mercedes. Go watch that video if you haven't already. It is a good video, and basically we go through the whole process of installing it, and I commentate through the whole process. And so today we're going to be fixing something that a few weeks ago we talked about for a little bit, and that is talking about the door card and the fact that it's looking a little bit worse for wear with this leather. You know, it could be better. It's usually supposed to be tight like the one on this side, and the pocket doesn't really work anymore, waterball and all that. Anything that goes in there basically just falls out, hits me on the leg. And so yeah, today we're going to be removing this door card, replacing it with a new one, well, brand new second hand, and this is obviously a lot tighter and it will look a little bit more like that side. So without further ado, let's get installing. Okay, so essentially the premise of this is we've got a series of bolts and sort of covers that we have to remove. Now one of them is this cover here, which is held in by 3 bolts. Down here it's a cover held in by another bolt. We've got to pop this off behind this speaker because there's a bolt behind there. We're going to also pop this little silver trim off down here, and there's going to be a bolt under there somewhere, and then hopefully the rest of it should pop off on clips and yeah, basically be out. We can remove the old door handle, connectors for all the speakers, and your mirrors, not mirrors, sorry, your windows, and then everything else should come out alright. Also central locking, and once all of that is out, we can then just basically reverse the process and install the new one. A little bit similar to that screen, and here we'll be able to remove the screws up there, screws down there, unclip this, remove 4 screws, take that out, and then basically reverse the process to put everything back in. So it's very similar, just you know, for a different thing this time, and obviously a lot bigger, and we've got some important stuff in it. So without further ado, yeah, let's get removing. One thing I do want to quickly say, and this is technically part of the removal process, is make sure to drop your window down, because we don't want that glass getting damaged when we're taking the door card off, because that would be a very expensive fix that I don't need, and that would be very unnecessary, and it would just annoy me for ages. And so yeah, make sure you pop your windows down to keep them safe. That applies to any car as well, not just the Mercedes. Okay, so I also want to let you into a little secret, a little hint, and I'm just going to preface it by saying that I am using like a little instruction manual. Now this is on the SLK World forum. I'll leave a link to the forum, but I'll also leave this file, and I'm going to basically copy and paste this into a Google Drive document and then leave the link in the description down below. So if any of you are trying to do this yourself, it's basically almost like a Lego style instruction manual for removing stuff, where each of the bolts are, and then if you don't like that, you also get some text below basically explaining what all the pictures say and how to do it. So it is really helpful. I'm going to use it today. It's going to make my life a lot easier, make everything a lot more streamlined. We're going to break less things, or hopefully nothing. And yeah, if you want to use this, I'll leave it in the link description down below. First 3 bolts are out, and this cover can now come off. Success. Also, these bolts I found in the Mercedes, even though it's really old, all of these bolts are in really good condition, and none of them have seized so far, so that's good. Shows that these were good quality cars.
Three hours later.
That was just a little bit tight, so I would suggest using a trim tool to get it off, but once it's off, so that's a great success. There we go. Now, be very careful not to break any clips on this piece. There is one clip in there, and obviously our speaker connectors in here as well, which we do not want to be damaging. But that can just sit out the way for now, so that's out. Next, we've got to remove a bolt that's down here for the door lock cover. Had to break it off a little bit, just twisting the gun slightly. But that's out, so that's nice and safe. So that will help us remove this cover that's down here. Once that's out, it's good. Basically, we're just taking all the little individual pieces of trim out to access stuff and make sure nothing gets broken when the original door card's removed. Also, a lot of this stuff doesn't come with a new door card. So I'm going to have to use this all again to reseal the car once the new one's on. So yeah, keep these and all their bolts nice and safe. I'd also suggest sort of putting the piece of trim with the bolt that it came from, because they're all different sizes and they're not interchangeable, so we don't really want to, you know, be spending extra time trying to find those later, when if we just organise properly it'll be nice and easy. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so the next one is that little armrest cover I showed you down here before, so we're going to have to unclip that and remove the little bolt that sits underneath it. There we go. Being nice and careful. There we go. These trim tools are really good, by the way. They do minimal damage and get everything out. I'll leave a link. They were just like £8 on Amazon, so if you want to get some for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description to these. And yeah, the little bolts in there. Lovely. We might need to employ the use of the old bendy iFixit kit again, because the bolt is all the way up underneath there and the gun does not quite get through there. So we've got this little tool and it's quite bendy, it's flexible, and it still does the screw. As you can see, it comes in the iFixit computer kit. Reach a tight gap, so it's really, really good. It bends. We're going to use that to try and get this out. Yes. The most cursed concoction on earth is an extender with an already extra long head on the end of it, but it managed to work it. Chrissy boy science, everyone. A couple of YouTube videos later and she's free. Now we've got a lot of connectors and anything else behind here we've got to be very careful with. It's not a break anything. Right, let's be gentle with it. There we go, everything's out there. That is our door card removed. Okay, so after about half an hour, the door card's off the car. Weight reduction complete. Now we can just go drive this as a race car. No, I'm joking. But here you go. This was the hardest one to get out. But we got everything off. Old door card is now down here on the old floor down here, and this is what we're going to be replacing. And yeah, if any of you know how to repair this, it'd be quite interesting to maybe make a video and trying to repair this anyway, see if we could, because that would obviously help with it, either having it as a spare or resale value. But anyway, now we're going to just repeat the process, put the new one in, and just see if it looks any better. But first, we've got to unbox it. Alright, let's get this new one unpackaged. We can compare it to the old one, check they're alright, and then install it if it's all good, which it should be because the pictures made it look like it was. Let's do this. Let's have a look. Now it's probably going to need a bit of a clean, but I think it'll be an improvement. So yeah, without further ado, let's get it cleaned up and see if we can make it look good. If not, we'll replace the handle, but yeah, let's see if we can clean it up and make it look a little bit better than it already does. Let's do this. In fact, I have a better idea. Let's take it in the garage, stick it on top of the freezer, do it where there's no dirt around. Should have thought of that first, shouldn't I? Oh well, let's do it.
Hey. Yeah. Was sleeping in these studios and waking up at 7, took the train to college. One semester was enough, I told my mom I got a different plan. I know that she was worried, but I kept my promise. Got the coins coming in once I checked the Sonics. Bank accounts emptied out, I had to thug it out. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. If they don't credit me, I'm checking out these.
That is looking good. Perfect. Right. Let's pop this little silver cap off while we got it on the table, I think. Might just make my life easier when I come to doing it outside, because I won't have to have it on the floor. Right, let's do that. I think we're actually going to put the old silver plate back on rather than this one, because this one's a little bit more scratched than the old one. So we're going to put the old silver plate back on. It will just look a little bit nicer, I think, to be honest. Just look a little bit more classy, I suppose, a little bit better condition. So that'll be nice. There we go. Old plate off. As you can see, when they're sat the same way, you'd see them in the car. That one is quite nice. That one's got a couple of little marks and bits and bobs and all of that on it, you know, stuff you don't really want when you've got these on your car. Cool. Yeah, right, nice. Let's do this. Let's get it back on the car. Alright, so I finally managed to align the door board after 10 minutes. Didn't think you'd want to watch that, so I didn't record it. But I managed to get those clips in. So now all I've got to do is get the bottom clips in. A little clip on this side. And then we're done. There we go, all our clips are in. And my door handle's falling back on. Okay, ignore the sudden change in camera quality. My camera has just decided to give up basically. But in 3 seconds we are going to reveal the brand new second-hand door card. So 3, 2, 1. Here we are, the brand new second-hand door card from eBay. The main event right here. The whole reason we did this and the whole reason we went through all this pain was for this to match the passenger side over there, which it does absolutely brilliantly. We then also have all of this is new. I've now cleaned it properly, so hoovered out, and it's all pretty much perfect. As you can see, I've fully detailed the entire car. Everything's done, literally everything. Now I'm going to jump in, and as you can see this time, the door handle doesn't fall off when you open it like last time, which caused to take the whole thing off. Central locking works, all these lines back up, door latch works perfectly fine, so that's good. And I'm going to pop my keys in, and we're going to show you that all the buttons and everything still work. All the speakers work. I've been driving this car quite a bit recently, and I can confirm everything's working well, and everything's working well still with the sound system, not sound system, the screen we put in, so that's all good. But as I'm about to show you, I press the button for the driver's side window, it drops nicely. Passenger side window drops nicely, and these buttons even work better than the ones that we had on before, because before it used to take about 10 different attempts to try and get the passenger side to go down. Now it's first time every time, so that's a success. And all in all, very, very good. All the colours are all matching as well down here, so that works well. And yeah, it's much less annoying in here to drive. So as you can see, this is no longer hitting my leg, it's no longer sagging, it's all nice and tight, and it's all good, and the pocket works now. My water ball doesn't fall out all the time, the screen still works, And yeah, it all matches the passenger side.
So as for the interior, that's pretty much everything. Now the next video I think we're going to be sorting out the potentially a legal issue with this car. So we'll sort that out in the next one. I did just delete half the video's worth of footage for that, so I'm going to have to re-record all of it tomorrow. But yeah, I've got a week to sort that out, and that's no bother. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Hope you all did enjoy. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe. You know the rest. Everything on social media has been times, I am sure. And this is me, Money Pit, and Enzo the Polo. Seeing you in the next video. That was a bit of a different outro. Don't know where that was going. Don't know if I like it, but maybe we'll return to normal next week. Alright, bye.